Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Media Authority press statement. Caution on hate speech and incitement to violence in Sudan and South Sudan. In an age where our voices can cross borders with the click of a button, we find ourselves at a crossroad of influence and responsibility. In light of recent conflicts and the surge in digital interactions, it is crucial to address the issue of hate speech and incitement to violence in both Sudan and South Sudan. The recent tragic events in West Madani, Sudan, have left not only physical scars but also emotional wounds on the hearts of the people. These alleged atrocities committed by the fighting forces have sparked tensions that threaten to spill over into our digital spaces. In such a delicate moment, the power of our words is undeniable, and it is our duty to wield that power with care. The Media Authority is deeply concerned about the rising instances of hate speech and incitement to violence across digital platforms. Social media users in both Sudan and South Sudan, including those in the diaspora, are urged to refrain from action that may incite violence and promote hatred. Such behaviors are detrimental to the peace and security of both countries. Responsible digital interaction with a sense of humanity is paramount. The digital landscape in Sudan and South Sudan has become a double-edged sword. While it facilitates communication and awareness, it also amplifies misinformation and hate speech. Social media users are reminded that promoting hate speech and sharing graphic content and footages with the intent to incite violence carries legal consequences. Social media should be used responsibly, fostering a sense of humanity and peace. Hatred and violence are not in the interest of our people. They threaten to unravel the bonds that unite us. In our digital interactions, let us uphold the values of responsibility and humanity. Those who perpetuate hate speech and disseminate graphic images with the intent to incite violence must be aware of the legal consequences of their actions. The Media Authority reiterates its commitment to advising our government to ensure timely dissemination of credible information about the action taken to address the Madani incidents. This will prevent the spread of misinformation and reduce tensions. Media houses in South Sudan play a critical role in conflict-sensitive reporting. Your role is crucial in shaping public perception and preventing misinformation. Report with integrity and deep commitment to the principle of journalism. The Media Authority calls on all individuals and institutions to embrace their roles in fostering dialogue, understanding, and peace. By curbing hate speech and promoting responsible communication, we pave the way for more harmonious coexistence between Sudan and South Sudan. Let us remember that peace is not just the absence of conflict. It is the presence of justice, respect, and understanding. Each of us has a role to play in fostering an environment free from hate and violence. It is our collective responsibility to ensure that our voices contribute to harmony, not hostility. The Media Authority remains steadfast in its commitment to promote to promoting freedom of expression and the independence of the media as enshrined in our constitution. So as media authority, we have legal framework. Section 29 of the Media Authority Act 2013 talk of hate speech and incitement to violence. And there are procedures to be taken to penalize those who astray. So in most cases, this one has been applicable to all the traditional media. But what happened to social media users? This is the main concern at the moment. These social media users, they are not only in South Sudan. They are outside South Sudan, they are in Sudan, they are in South Sudan, and they are also in the diaspora. So how do we handle these cases of those who are circulating these disturbing images outside? As media authority, it is our duty and responsibility to ensure, it doesn't matter whether you are circulating these disturbing images that fuel the conflict or incite the violence or promote hatred within the country, and you are outside the country, the law is still applicable to you whether you are inside or outside. Mechanism for us to address those issues of those who are circulating these disturbing images to fuel the conflict within two countries, it is possible to be addressed. And we urge everybody that is using social media or any social media platform, you have to be mindful of whatever you are doing. If it is not ethical, you can be held accountable. It doesn't matter whether you are outside South Sudan, whether you are in America or in Australia or in East Africa, and you are circulating all these disturbing images with the intention to incite violence and promote hatred, you have to be mindful the law can be applicable to you. There are mechanisms we can work with the respective countries to bring those people to book. So this is in regards to the social media users. And it is very important, especially for us who are also in South Sudan, to start developing this sense of responsibility. In case if you come across such messages, it is your responsibility to ensure that you don't need to amplify that hatred. But as media authority, we are monitoring the media, and we have observed all these things. Coming to the issue of the penalty for those who have been who have been found to be culprit in this situation of violating these regulations when it comes to hate speech. Yes, there are penalties. The penalties are very clear. We can be able to activate. We are being empowered by the law. Section 57 of the Media Authority gives us powers to issue sanctions wherever it is necessary. So in this regard, penalties await those who will be fined liable for such offenses. You can also observe on issues to do with defamation. Defamation at the moment, most of the people, whether individual or companies that are being defamed online, they follow the same procedures. And some of you are aware, some of people have been issued arrest warrant in their absentia. So it's the same thing with the hate speech. So in this situation, if we find some of the people in foreign countries promoting or fueling conflict in South Sudan and Sudan, we can be able to work through bilateral relations and bring these people to book. Basically, what we need to understand as media, the situation in West Madani, it involves so many other stakeholders. This conflict is political. It is military confrontations, and also it follows diplomatic channels. So issues to do with the politics, issues of diplomatic concern, they are being addressed at those levels that you have just mentioned. So, but on the side of the media, this is where we are here today. What happened with Madani, if you have been monitoring very well in the media, most of the images, you could be able to prove that there is something wrong that has taken place. And also, if you have also been monitoring the media, in both governments, in Sudan and South Sudan, they have already took up the responsibility on how to address it. And on the side of Sudan, they have already formed an investigation committee. And this investigation committee will come with the reports of what happened. Also on the side of South Sudan, they also have a responsibility to ensure also this information that happened with Madani has also spilled over to South Sudan, and there have been protests and violent protests also. So in this situation, at political level, at security level, and diplomatic level, those things are handled at the level of the government. But as media authority that oversee the media in the country, we have also observed that the media is also contributing to the conflict that is already ongoing. They are not in a sense that contributing directly, but through social media users. On the side of traditional or media houses in the country, they have done their part to inform the public exactly of what is taking place. And the same language is the same language that's being used by the media. They don't create something out. If the government say if they say it is alleged, then this is what they pick and they also report. It's not the make from the media. So as media authority overseeing all these things that are happening, we observe these are true images. Some of them are true images, and some are also fabricated to fuel also the conflict. And this is the matter of responsibility why we are here today. As media houses, we should be able to continue making our responsibility effective in such a situation of hate speech. Some days back, we have been talking in the country about misinformation. We have never been talking of hate speech anymore since 2016. And now hate speech is coming back again. And hate speech is really very dangerous. It disturbs a lot. So action of what one person may do while you are using your computer or telephone can have a severe consequences on the lives of innocent people somewhere, either in Sudan or in South Sudan. So this is the reason that the press statement today is cautioning the social media users specifically, and those who are also promoting hate speech, whether a politician or whoever, in whatever capacity, should be mindful that this is not acceptable. So as South Sudan Media Authority, as a regulator, we have a power to ensure we make people accountable for the action that they have done that we believe it has contributed to promote hatred and incitement to violence. So basically, on the issue of the evidence, and that's why we are here, because if there were no evidence, we could have not come here through the media monitoring. But the language that you want us to use might be a political language, diplomatic language, but we have other institutions that can be able to handle those concerns. Issues to do with the grievances, how they are addressed through political and diplomatic channels. So, but as media authorities, to caution you so that we don't find ourselves contributing to what is taking place. And also to remind the social media users that it is possible they can be made accountable for the action of whatever they are doing online.